send missionaries and disciples to Zambia and Mexico and Brazil. We are very easy to give our money to support people who go. But one thing that we are slow to do is we don't become missionaries in our own land. You know, it's nice, and I believe that the church should support missionaries and that we should support folks that are out there and have a call to go into the mission field. But you know, it shouldn't be a surprise to you to realize and to know that it's a fact that there are people right out here on Stewart Street. There are folks in the Roanoke Valley, probably folks who live on your street, that are lost and dying and headed to hell unless somebody speaks up and shares the gospel of Jesus Christ with them. We become in the world. The Bible tells us we're not supposed to do that. We can be in the world, but we don't need to be of the world. We need to be different. We're going to talk about this morning about sandpaper Christians. But we don't want to be sandpaper Christians, do we? Because we're afraid we'll rub people the wrong way. We want to be smooth, and we want to fit in. I don't want people mad at me. This is a sad, sad song. But it talks about somebody that could live on your road. It talks about somebody that could live right up the street from you. It talks about the church across the street. Let's hope that that's not who we ever become. Just a place that we can gather and worship. And like a club, we keep everything inside. Let's hope that everything that's said and done here today, that it would overflow our hearts and that we would want to share with those that are lost and dying. Listen to the words of this song. This is Church Across the Street. You may have to turn this one down a little bit. The piano's a little bright. See, I know my music. Put the phone back in the cradle and she leaned against the wall. Devastating silence from the long-awaited call. Congratulations had confirmed her deepest fears as she gave herself the title Unwed Mother 18 years. And at the church across the street, the band played on, and the choir sang another verse of another lovely song. Her world was crashing in apartment 33, and she wondered if she would ever meet someone from the church across the street. She left her apartment at 8:15, drove a mile to the clinic, walked through the iron gates. She was greeted with compassion, reassurance in his voice, a simple, safe procedure. Had she made the proper choice? And at the church across the street, the band played on, and the choir sang another verse of another lovely song. Her world was crashing as she paid the doctor's fees, and she wondered if she would ever meet someone from the church across the street. aching recollections she tries to forget, but the room where she once lived alone she now shares with her regret. She sits alone in silence, and she longs for something more as she listens to a baby cry next door in apartment 34. And at the church across the street, the band played on, and the choir sang another verse of another lovely song. Her world was crashing in apartment 33, and she wondered if she would ever meet someone from the church across the street. And at the church across the street, the band played on, the choir sang another verse of another lovely song. Her world was crashing in apartment 33. She wondered if she would ever meet someone who could help her with her needs. Maybe someone from this church across the street. God, glory in everything that you do. Always look around you.